People didn't notice the pattern at first. Patterns are invisible until they're finished. The city was quiet in the way only American suburban cities are. Wide roads, evenly spaced houses, streetlights that never seem to fail. Nothing about the place felt dangerous. That's why the first death didn't feel like the beginning of anything. It happened on a Tuesday night. A man named Ethan Miller, 36 years old, was found dead in his apartment. No signs of forced entry, no weapon, no struggle. The police ruled it a sudden medical issue and closed the case within days. His neighbors barely remembered him. 2 weeks later, another person died. Rachel Owens, 29, a freelance designer, was found in her car parked outside a grocery store. Same story, no injuries, no witnesses, no reason to suspect crime. Different locations, different lives. No connection, the city moved on. But someone was watching more closely. Detective Aaron Cole had been with the department for 17 years. He had learned to trust his instincts, especially when something felt too clean. When he reviewed Rachel's case file, something bothered him. Her phone activity stopped exactly 3 minutes before her death. Not slowly, not naturally. Exactly. Aaron checked Ethan Miller's file. Same thing. Phone activity stopped abruptly, within seconds, right before death. That wasn't normal. He requested both autopsy reports. Cause of death was listed as cardiac failure, but the toxicology results were incomplete. No common drugs, no alcohol. No obvious explanation. Aaron asked a question no one else had asked. What if these weren't accidents? His supervisor wasn't convinced. 2 deaths didn't make a serial case. No pattern, no method, no motive, but Aaron kept digging. He noticed something strange in both victims' digital histories. In the days before their deaths, both had searched for the same phrase online. Why does my phone feel warm when I'm not using it? That search alone meant nothing. Until a third death happened. Marcus Hill, 42, collapsed in his living room while watching television. His smartwatch recorded a sudden spike in heart rate, then nothing. His phone log showed the same abrupt shutdown. And the same search. Aaron now had a pattern. 3 people, 3 sudden deaths, 3 identical digital footprints. No one had touched them. No one had been seen. Which meant the killer wasn't present, at least not physically. Aaron contacted a cybersecurity analyst named Lena Park, someone who specialized in digital forensics. When she examined the devices recovered from the victims, her expression changed. These phones didn't shut down, she said quietly. They were overridden. Lena explained that each phone showed signs of a remote process, something that accessed core system functions without triggering security alerts. Something custom. This isn't malware you download by mistake, she said. Someone built this. Aaron asked the question that changed the case forever. Could it kill someone? Lena didn't answer immediately. Not directly, she said, but it could manipulate sensors, stress responses, heart rhythm alerts, overheat hardware, trigger panic, in the wrong person, at the wrong moment. That could be enough. The killer wasn't stabbing anyone, wasn't poisoning anyone. The killer was activating something already inside them. As Aaron reviewed citywide data, one more detail surfaced. All 3 victims had been present at the same place on the same night, 6 months earlier. A public tech demonstration, a new city project, a digital mapping system designed to predict crime before it happened. Aaron stared at the name on the proposal, Prevision City Map, and suddenly the title felt less like marketing and more like a warning. The moment the detectives realized the pattern, the case changed from local to dangerous. The murders were no longer random, they were planned. Each victim had one thing in common. Every single one of them had appeared on the city's internal crime prediction map before they were killed. The map wasn't supposed to identify people. It was designed to mark locations. Yet somehow the killer was choosing victims based on the system's predictions. Detective Marcus Reed knew what that meant. Someone had access. And not just limited access, deep access. The department quietly pulled the map offline. Officially, it was under maintenance. Unofficially, panic spread through the building. If the killer was inside the system, turning it off wouldn't stop him. It would only make him move faster. Within 48 hours, another body was found. This time, the location was different. A public parking structure, busy, well-lit cameras everywhere. The victim was a data analyst named Evan Brooks. He worked for the city, and worse, Evan had helped design the prediction algorithm. Security footage showed Evan arriving alone. No one followed him. No one approached him. But the camera caught something strange. Evan stopped walking. He looked at his phone. His face changed, fear. Seconds later, he ran. The killer never appeared on camera. Yet Evan was dead less than 5 minutes later. The autopsy revealed no struggle, just one precise wound. Like the killer knew exactly how much time he had. Marcus and his partner, Lena Cruz, reviewed Evan's access logs. Evan had recently searched the map's back end. Not locations, but user activity. Someone else had been using the system. Someone hiding behind admin permissions. The killer wasn't predicting crimes anymore. He was testing the system on people. As pressure grew, the city quietly reinstated the map with limited access, hoping to track whoever logged in next. That night, Marcus stayed alone in the operations room. At 2:11 a.m., the system pinged. New login.internal credentials. The username was blank. No ID, no name, just access. Marcus watched the screen as the cursor moved. Slow, confident. The killer wasn't rushing. He selected a district, zoomed in, then clicked a red marker. The marker pulsed. A warning flashed. Prediction confidence 92%. Marcus felt his chest tighten. The marker was on a residential block. He recognized the street. It was Lena's neighborhood. Marcus grabbed his phone and called her. No answer. He ran. By the time Marcus reached the house, police lights filled the street. Lena was alive, barely. She had survived because she changed her routine at the last second. The killer had been there, inside her house waiting, but he left something behind. On the kitchen table sat a printed map screenshot, circled in red, with a message written beneath it. The system was right. That was the moment Marcus understood the truth. The killer wasn't using the map to find victims. He was using victims to prove the map worked. And as long as the system existed, no one was safe. The arrest shocked the city, but it didn't end the fear. When police took Evan Cole into custody, people expected relief. Instead, panic spread faster, because Evan didn't deny the murders. He smiled. In the interrogation room, he asked for one thing, the city crime map. Detectives refused. Evan leaned back and said calmly, "You already know it works. I just read it better than you." For years, Evan had worked as a data analyst for a private contractor hired by the city. His job was simple: clean incoming crime data before it reached the public dashboard. What no one knew was that Evan had quietly modified the system. He didn't make the map predict crimes. He made it create opportunities. The red zones weren't predictions, they were suggestions. The system rerouted patrol schedules, dimmed street lighting in select areas, delayed response times by seconds, sometimes minutes. Small changes, invisible changes, enough to create space. Evan chose victims who fit the pattern the system would later predict: lonely roads, late hours, low visibility. Then he watched the city react. Every time the map updated after a murder, Evan felt validated. The public believed in the system. Officials trusted it. No one questioned who touched the data first until one analyst did. The missing time logs from Part 2 weren't glitches. They were manual overrides. When police confronted Evan with this, he finally explained why he did it. He wasn't trying to get away with murder. He was trying to prove a point. "You trust systems more than people," he said. "So I became the system." Evan revealed one last detail. There was going to be another crime. Not because he planned it, but because the map already showed it. Detectives raced to the location. For the first time, they ignored the map's confidence score and sent every unit they had. Streets flooded with sirens, lights, noise. Nothing happened. No crime. The prediction failed. The city map went dark that night. Officials shut it down permanently. At trial, Evan Cole was convicted on multiple counts of murder and sentenced to life in prison without parole. The contractor dissolved. The data was buried. The system erased. Publicly, the city said the map had been an experimental tool. Privately, they admitted the truth. The system never predicted crimes. It shaped behavior. And once someone learned how to control it, the city itself became the weapon. Today, the map no longer exists. But people still avoid certain streets after dark, not because the map tells them to, but because they remember what happened when they trusted it. If this story made you think about how much power we give technology, like the video and subscribe to the channel for more real crime stories. Thank you for watching.